Fucking come on, you fucking cunt. Ah! No big rain for me. That was his ass. I'll rock the bike. Spin it. Good. Keep it rolling. Oh my god! 29, 28. And a little skip. Under gears, mate. Under gears. Fucking hell. El Rampas. Woo! Oh, fuck. Halfway. Toma. Dale. Well, I'm in my lowest gear. Woo! My god, this is horrible. This is like Spiral of Doom shit. This does not feel natural. Ah! Come on. Just dragging on the downstroke only. Yeah. Come on. Jump on the road bike. Fuck me. The guy winning is 4 minutes ahead. Oh shit. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Ale! Ale! Woo! Steady. Steady, mate. Fuck. Woo! Come on. Yeah. It's horrible! Braking feels fucking retarded. Ah! So unnatural. What the fuck is this? This is not normal. No one pedals like this. The Spyro's doom. Ah! Come on! This is bullshit. It's so fucking retarded. Come on. Come on. You get the flywheel going. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. Thank you. Please stay at 7%. These tough pitches, so unrealistic. This feels so unnatural. Woo! Ah! Come on, Tom. Let this end. Come on. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. It's so dumb. Come on. Fuck you. This is bullshit. This is like 800 watts. The steep gradients were nonsense. It's like 80% of your power comes from the downstroke. You do the downstroke and then it's like twice the resistance on the upstroke. It's like, what the fuck? Mate, that was down to like 65, 70 RPM at stages. That was ridiculous. Not the cadence, I can do that cadence. It's the way it feels so unnatural. How it's like having sticking points like at two places on the on pedal stroke. Oh well, got it done. This is going to be a little look at today's ride. So Zwift Academy 2024 Race 1, which was like a 30-minute non-drafting time trial up a climb, and they enforced trainer difficulty to 100%, which caused a few issues for me. So had to drop it into, when the gradients got bigger, I had to drop it into the small ring rather than doing the whole climb in the big ring. I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case, but once the grade started out in the big ring, but once the gradients started getting steeper, I knew I needed to be in the little ring because I prefer to run a much higher cadence. And these two, so it was 411 average from the kicker core, 380 average from dual recording on my single-sided Asioma. But 411 at 82.5 kilos is just under 5 watts per kilo, pretty much exactly 5 watts per kilo. It's very similar to what I ended up doing for Zwift Academy last year, where there was also a 30-minute effort. This 30-minute effort had there was a 30-minute tempo effort you had to do before the 30-minute max effort. But yeah, the 30-minute max effort, 409 watts compared to today's 411. They was slightly better, and it had some issues that I didn't have to deal with last year. So these two dropouts here, that was where I was trying to change back. The gradient eased off, and I was trying to change back into the big ring. But my DR2 just wasn't playing ball. It's a bit weird with a SRAM chain on there, so the shifting doesn't always work perfectly. And both times I tried to do it, it failed on me. So that's why like it's 411 average, but 414 normalized, stuff like that. And then during the ride, there was this horrible section where the gradient got to 11-12% pitches, and because you're forced at 100% trainer difficulty, my cadence really dropped. And I don't mind riding. I prefer to ride a high cadence, like 105 plus RPM. However, I can ride low cadence. Like when I'm outside and I'm on some steep hill and I run out of gear, it's like I can push good power at low cadence at 60, 70, 80 RPM. So even though I was down in that range, like 70 RPM, which is lower than I prefer, but I can do it. But the power completely dropped off because the trainer was just being really weird. It was like if you ever experienced a spiral of doom on erg mode, it felt like that, where I was getting these weird sticking points at really strange parts of the pedal stroke. Like when you're riding outdoors and you're out the saddle at low cadence, obviously all your force is in the downstroke and you're rocking the bike side to side, whereas the trainer resistance was kicking in at really weird parts of the pedal stroke, and it just felt so unnatural. Which is why I like to run a high cadence indoors, as I'm keeping on top of, even though you're not running erg mode. There's like the way the trainer works, it kind of always feels like erg mode to an extent, which is why keeping a high cadence and keeping on top of that resistance seems to be the best way to ride. So last year when I did the 30-minute max effort, my cadence was super high, like 112 average, and that's just keeping on top of the gear. Whereas today it was 95 average, which was all right. There was lots of sections where I was doing all right at 100 RPM, and I was pushing decent power, like above 400, or in that like 420 range. But these sections with the steep pitches, because of the enforced trainer difficulty, it just really didn't work out for me. And it's kind of a weird test that they've done it on a climb and enforced trainer difficulty, because it's not a better representation of climbing at all. It's like people produce more power when they're going up climbs because of like the way the physiological effort works, where you're lower cadence rocking, like using your body to force through the pedals. You can't do that indoors, and the simulated gradients is not the same as gradients outdoors, because it's all through the trainer anyway. It's all just increasing resistance. So it literally just means you run out of gears. And I think doing trainer efforts at higher cadence and on flat resistance always seems to be better, because I mean, when I'm doing normal riding indoors, actually, I'm not a fan of the hills because they just don't feel very natural. Whereas pedaling on the flat feels fine, and I feel like they've got that right where you put more power through the pedals, you speed up, your avatar speeds up, but then the resistance increases. That seems to work well, but the feel of climbing just isn't the same as outdoors. And yes, it's up a climb, but you don't get the benefits of being up a climb. You're not producing more power. So yeah, that was I wasn't a big 2 seconds. I wasn't a big fan of the setup. So it was like 413 watts actually. So I guess a normalized, balanced out actually. So yeah, it wasn't a huge amount of improvement on last year. So 4 watts. And I dual recorded it on my single-sided Asioma, and I produced 380 watts, which is the typical sort of offset I get. My kicker core reads higher. I think part of that is actually left-right imbalance. I think my left leg's actually weaker than my right leg. However, I don't think that's all of the power difference. I think my kicker core does read a bit higher than my single-sided Asioma or my single-sided Four Eyes. But yeah, happy with the start to Zwift Academy. So I had my highlight race of the season on Saturday, which was 10-mile national time trial championships. So that was 10-mile time trial. So just under a 20-minute effort, so 18 and a half minutes. But for that effort in the TT position, so you're losing power from doing that, from being in that confined position. I averaged about 400 watts, and I did a 10-miler about 6 weeks before this, where I averaged 402 watts. So for my 20-minute time trial power is about 402 watts. I'd say I'd say on a road bike at least 20 watts higher than that, so like 420 watts. But doing this indoor ride at indoor 30-minute effort for 380 watts from the power meter that I'd be using outside. So I'm seeing like a 40-watt drop off of what I'd expect to be able to do for a 20 to 30-minute effort outside. But that's to be expected with reduced cooling, as I had my decent cooling setup where I warmed up in a controlled environment with wearing the ice vest and drinking ice cold water, and I had 2 fans on at high settings, and I'm quite well heat adapted, but even still, I see that power drop off compared to what I'd be able to do outside. But everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's doing it outside, unless someone's doing something really fancy where they've got Zwift connected to their cork, and then they're doing their efforts outside. But yeah, I doubt anyone's going to that extreme. If they're going to that extreme, they're probably World Tour already. But yeah, good start to Zwift Academy. So I'll see how the rest of the workouts go. As I try and maintain the form that I built for the 10-mile national, the national time trial championships in August. I had the start of August and then the end of August. So I'm in decent form, but I'm easing off the training a bit now, but trying to hold on to that and seeing if I can produce some good performances for Zwift Academy to end the season.